Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Lexi and today we're doing a WIP and Chat. WIP stands for work in progress, and I'm just gonna kind of work on something and we'll have a little chat. I feel out of practice. I haven't done a WIP and Chat in a little while and I apologize. I feel like I've neglected my YouTube. I don't know, I've really been missing it. I really have missed you guys. I've missed YouTube. I missed a live stream last week. I missed a WIP and Chat last week. Life has been kind of crazy and I really miss YouTube. So I'm very happy to be diamond painting right now. I'm very happy to be doing a WIP and Chat. I feel like my camera's moving all around, so I apologize. I'm in a new location. I have a new setup today, so I'm very excited. I got a new table and I put it by a window, so we've got some natural light. I'm just gonna check and make sure it looks okay. Yeah, I think it looks good. So I'm gonna work on a paint gem. Today. I've been itching to do these. I have them kitted up. I actually kitted them up in my ARTDOT container, which I feel is perfect for these because the gems fit nicely in these little round bottles, but also there's a pocket in this container and I just stashed the little packet of the pictures in that little pocket, so it worked out pretty good. So I'm going to do this watermelon paint gem picture today and just kind of work on that. I'm currently on my lunch break from work, so I don't know how much time I really have, but we'll get to it. I'm using some putty from Painting with Pitties, and Brie is her name. She has a channel on YouTube, but she also has a shop, and I will link that down below. This scent is strawberry shortcake, and it smells really good. So I have that in both my multi-placer and in my single placer. I'm using a beautiful pen that Brie actually bought me as a gift, and it's from Peachy Keen Pens. I'll link them down below. They have great pens at Peachy Keen. Let's see, what else am I using? I have a tray from Bella Art de Nicole, which is one of my favorite trays. I absolutely love these trays. I have a trinket tray from myself. I made this, and I just use this to keep all my little bits and bobs on. I put my putty and my pen on there and tweezers and everything else. And I have a little trash minder here to put any trash drills in. It's just a tiny little dish. And I make these myself as well. And usually I put a magnet on them. Didn't put a magnet on this one because with the paint gems, I don't really need a cover minder, I don't feel. So I didn't put a magnet on it. I'm just gonna put it on my tray. So yeah, let's get started. So what is up? How is everybody doing? I hope everybody has been having a lovely May. So far, I finally feel like we're getting into lovely weather and all that good stuff. Oh, look at the lime green against the pink. Isn't that gorgeous? Finally feel like we have beautiful weather. I hope everybody's doing well, feeling well, and getting to enjoy the weather. I hope everybody's also getting to diamond paint. I have been able to get some diamond painting done, and I have been working on Hugs for Hiccup, which is almost finished. So I'll be able to show that off soon. I just really wanted to do some paint gems today. And I've also kitted up my picture that I'm going to do next month for our event. So if you don't know, next month is June. Well, you probably know that. You probably know that next month is June. But if you don't know, Brie and I are hosting an event for June called Diamonds and Diversity, and it is to celebrate Pride Month. And I have an announcement video on my channel. Brie also has a video on her channel, and it describes exactly what the event is and all the stuff you need to know about it. So I am doing a painting called Paisley by Jasmine Beckett Griffith. I always wanted to say Griffin, and that's not correct. And I have that kitted up, and it's ready to go. So I haven't decided yet whether I want to start that one before June or if I want to hold off. We're not requiring a new start. So technically I could start it now if I wanted to. And honestly, maybe I should, because I'm kind of slow and it is squares and I'm slow on squares. So we'll see. I'm really, really excited about that though. And I have a new pen that I got for the event that I'm going to be using. I'm very excited. I got this from a French shop on Facebook, and I can never remember the exact name, but I will post it down below for sure of where I got that. So I'm very excited. And I want to make myself a trinket tray that will match my pen. So I'm hoping that I'll have time to do that before June. Things have been pretty busy with the Etsy shop, and so that's part of the reason you haven't really heard from me that much. I'm hoping to change that soon. I'm hoping to get more time to do YouTube because I really do miss making videos. I have a backlog of stuff that I wanted to do videos on and do unboxings on, and I think that I might need to maybe forget about some of those ideas and just kind of start fresh and not worry about that backlog. Kind of give myself a break. You know, I get all of these ideas of stuff I want to do, and I never realize that I just don't really have the time to do them all. So it's kind of just the way it goes, I guess, in my life. It's like I think I can do everything, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't actually have time for all that. Are you guys like that too, where you're like, I think I can do everything? I think they call that time blindness, where you just don't even realize how much time you actually have. My nails are looking beat up from working with resin. Don't mind that. So, but it's been going really good. I like that I've been busy with the shop. I love that people like my trays and they order them and they want customs, and I really, really like that, and I really appreciate all of the love and support that people have shown me. I'm blown away actually by it, and it's wild to me. It's really, really great, but I do feel like I've been neglecting YouTube a little bit, and I feel bad about that. And then with summer coming up, I'm like just a little bit nervous about how I'm gonna fit everything in, because once summer rolls around, I like to be outside. So, but I do have a few announcements regarding the Etsy shop, and I guess I'll just go into that now. I don't want this whole video to just be about Etsy and my store or anything like that, but the first thing is I'm just gonna kind of put it out there now, but I'll talk about it more in detail later. For the month of July, I'm going to be on vacation for that entire month, and so the shop will be closed for the entire month of July. I just want to put it out there now so that people know that that will be happening. I have some travel that I have to do, some family stuff that I have to do, and so it will be impossible to do everything during the month of July with all that's going on and all that good stuff. I also work a full-time job. I don't know if I think most people do know that, but I do work a full-time job, and so the whole Etsy thing is just a side project. And so it does, it would be a little bit hard to do it in July with everything that I have going on in July. So that is announcement number 1, and I'll remind people, and I'll talk about it more later. The other thing is Brie announced this on her Instagram, and she talked about it on her live last night, that she is actually taking her store off of Etsy, and she is actually going to have a standalone website shop for her shop, her small shop. And so she talked about it last night, and she's already doing it. She's already like up and running, and she has her own website, and I'll link down to it below. It's paintingwithpitties.com, and it looks really cool. She's done a really great job on it. And she talked last night in her live stream about her reasoning why she did it and some of the logic behind that. And of course, her and I talk behind the scenes, and she had let me know that she was doing that. Well, I started looking around at what she was doing and what she was working with, and it really appealed to me. Etsy is a little bit hard, so there's pros and cons to both, doing it both ways, right? Etsy is really, really nice because Etsy is a marketplace, and so people just have to go to Etsy and search for you, or search for the product they want, and then they can find you, I guess is a better way to say it. So if somebody wants to look for a diamond painting pen, they can go on Etsy and they can search diamond painting pen, and they can find all the different shops that offer diamond painting pens. So that's really nice. That's like a way to help you get exposure, a way for people to find you. Whereas if you have a standalone website, you can't really do that. I mean, people can search Google for diamond painting pen, but it's less likely that people are really going to find you. The downside to Etsy is you really are restricted to the way that they have their website set up, the way they their features are designed, and it's only a marketplace. Whereas if you have your own website, you can add so much more to it. You can have different web pages, you can have a blog, you can have different links going to your YouTube channel, you can add different, they call them apps on there, so you can add different add-on apps so that you can have a wish list, and you can have a reward program for your customers, and you can have a function where people can sign up for alerts when something is out of stock and they want to be notified when it's restocked. You can add that function to it. You can have announcements, you can have a newsletter email list, there's like so many things that you can add when you have your own standalone website. Etsy doesn't offer all of those functions. And so there's a lot of just different things. There's pros and cons to both. And so I've been looking at it, and of course, another thing that is part of it is for both platforms, excuse me, for both platforms, there's a certain amount of cost that goes into paying to be on the platform. And so for Etsy, they charge you for everything. They charge you to list an item. They charge you when somebody uses a credit card. They charge you like for everything, for everything basically, which is like, that's part of it. Like they have to make their money for running their website and letting you sell your stuff on their website. That's the way it works. However, you'll see a lot of people kind of talk about how Etsy is one of the more expensive sites to use for small business. And so it is something that you have to like kind of compare and see. I don't really understand yet like what the difference will be for me, but I'm hoping that maybe the difference will be significant enough that the prices that I sell my items for will reflect that, if you know what I'm saying. That maybe, you know, if I'm saving money on the platform that I'm using, that I could pass that saving on to my customers, if you catch my drift, you know. And I just like the opportunity to offer a loyalty or rewards program to returning customers. That's really nice, and there's just a lot of nice features. So I'm babbling on and on, but basically I've been looking at the same platform called Shopify that Brie is using, and I think I am going to switch, or I am going to switch over to that from Etsy. I've been working on it. I think though that it will be a gradual switch for me. I have a lot of customers I think that like to use Etsy, and so I don't want to just like sort of pull the rug out from under people and be like, oh, I'm not here anymore. So I think it'll be a gradual switch, and there will be, you know, a transition period. But I'm really excited because having your own standalone website just gives you so much more creative control over it. And one of my favorite things to do is graphic design and building websites. I am not a professional by any means, but I've dabbled in building websites before. Back in like the MySpace days, which would have been like early 2000s, my friends and we used to like build websites all the time and do little graphic design things, and it's always been something that I've been interested in. So it really appeals to me to have my own website and design it and make it how I want it. So yeah, so that's the plan. I should have put glue dots in here because sometimes with a single placer I feel like the glue dots work better, and then the putty works better in the multi-placer. I feel like the putty gets smashed down in the single placer for some reason. I don't know. So, oh, it feels so good to film a video. I'm hoping that this little setup that I have here will let me film more videos more often. The spot where I used to film my videos is now taken over by resin. And then I moved to my desk. Well, my desk really is more for work, so I'd rather keep that for work. So now I have this little area that will be for diamond painting and filming. So I'm trying to think of what updates to give you since I have not done a WIP and Chat in a while. Let me think. What's been going on? Oh, let me tell you this news. This is so funny. My husband is addicted to Temu. If you've been hanging out in the diamond painting community, you know that a lot of us are addicted to Temu. A lot of people talk about Temu and do Temu unboxings and post on Instagram about the stuff they get from Temu. And it's not just diamond painting stuff. I mean, it's everything, right? Like, they have cute stuff on there for cheap. Well, over the weekend, my husband and I were talking, and he was like, hey, can you show me where you get the resin molds? He's like, I want to just kind of look at them and see if there's anything that I'm interested in making. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I said, well, I get them from different places. I get them from everywhere, really. I get some from Michael's, I get some from Amazon, and I get some from Temu. And he's like, what the heck is Temu? And so I sent him like the link to download the app, and now he's obsessed. And he's like showing me the stuff. He's like, honey, look. He's like, I can get 5 gazillion, what do you call those things? Zip ties. I can get 5 gazillion zip ties for only $5. This is amazing. So he's been looking at like stuff like that, like stuff for the garage, stuff for hunting. He found like practice targets that were super cheap. I don't think he ever did look at the resin molds, because I think he got onto all of his stuff that he likes to look at, you know. And so he's obsessed. So every night now, well, since the weekend, he's been like, honey, look. And then last night he was looking at the app and he's like, it's Temu time. It's Temu time. It's so funny. It just cracks me up. I didn't really think about there being stuff on. I just didn't think about it like having stuff that he would like. I don't know. A lot of the stuff, but see, it's probably just because it's what I look at. But I was gonna say, a lot of the stuff is like super like girly and just like, I don't know, not stuff he would want, but maybe it's just filtered to be stuff that appeals to me when I'm looking at my app. I don't know. But it's so funny. So he said he's ordered some stuff, because I didn't know if he was just window shopping or if he was actually ordering stuff, and he said he purchased something, so we'll have to see. And then I currently have a Temu order going, but I haven't actually put it through yet because I keep finding stuff and adding it to my cart, and then I'm like, I want to try to do it all in one so it's not different parcels coming. But I love the greens in this painting. It's so pretty. I hope everybody had a good Mother's Day. I sent my mom a cute little diamond painted bookmark, and I sent her a subscription to Book of the Month Club, and she likes Book of the Month. She actually had never tried it before until I started buying her subscriptions for Christmas and birthday and things like that, and so I bought her another subscription for Mother's Day. And then I signed back up for it too, because I had let my subscription expire, and I was like, oh, I'll sign back up for it, because then like her and I can talk about the books and stuff, and we try to coordinate so we don't pick the same book, because then we can trade. We can trade the books after we read them. But anyway, so I sent her this little diamond painted bookmark. And she's so funny, because she's like, she messaged me after she got it, and she's like, I think I understand what diamond painting is now. Like, apparently she didn't know what it was before. She's not a diamond painter. So that was funny. And yeah, we had a pretty quiet weekend. Last week, Goose went for his yearly checkup because he's a year old now, almost. On Saturday, he will be a year old. And I need to make him a cake for his birthday because I said I was going to. But he went to the vet, and I'm so happy because the vet said everything looks perfect and that he is in great shape. I was worried about his weight because, so when he was younger, I was worried that he was overweight because he looked a little chunky, and he loves to eat. He's a good eater. So I had been worried about his weight for a little while because, so he was chunky, and then we switched, so like after he got off his puppy chow, we switched to a healthy weight dog food, and then like he kind of grew a ton. He got really tall and really skinny, and I was like, oh God, have we gone too far the other way? Is he too skinny? Well, the vet said he's the absolute perfect weight, not too skinny, not too fat. He's perfect, so I was relieved about that. I was also kind of worried because he was, now that the weather is nice and there's all sorts of grass and pollen out there, he's getting real itchy. Oh, I keep getting putty on here, dang it. He's been getting real itchy, and the vet was like, don't even go there. He's like, you can investigate whether he has allergies, but he's like, he's like, you don't even want to go down that road. He's like, just let him be a dog, and as long as it's not, you know, harming him, he's not like breaking his skin open, you know, he's not hurting himself, like just let him be a dog. And I'm like, okay. Fair enough. So that was me just being overly concerned, I guess. I'm like, he's itching all the time. The vet's like, let it go, it's fine. so he's doing good. He's a good boy. And then Scout needs to go for her checkup as well. We don't take them, or well, we have not yet taken them at the same time because Scout is a flippin' handful at the vet, and so I think it's just easier for everybody if we do them separately for now. I don't know if I've told you guys this story before, but she is a nutcase when we go to the vet. And one time we took her, and this was back when everybody was on the like quarantining and stuff like that, and so like we would take her to the vet and we would have to wait in the car for her, and they would take her inside. Well, getting her to go with anybody else was a challenge because she's scared of everybody. So they tried to get her out of our car and take her in the building. Well, she wouldn't go, so my husband had to carry her into the building, and then he came back out, got in the car, and we're sitting there talking, and we're watching the building. Well, there's big giant windows at the front of the building, and we're just sitting there, and all of a sudden we see our dog running back and forth across the windows, and a staff member chasing her. She had somehow escaped from the vet room and was like running around the building trying to escape from the waiting room, and we were like, oh God, that's our dog. It was so embarrassing. And that's when they told us, yeah, you can bring her back, but next time you have to medicate her. We're like, okay, sorry. So they did give us sedatives for her, which, you know, I don't like to give her. I don't like to sedate her. And, like, it causes her, like, I don't know. It causes her a little bit of side effects, and I just don't like to give her medicine. But I understand why. Obviously, she's under stress when we take her there. So, but And it's only, you know, it's not all the time. It's just when we have to go to the vet. It's not a huge deal, but I just feel so, I feel so bad that she has to be that scared. I wish she wasn't that scared. But she's always kind of been like that, just scaredy cat a little bit. And she is fearful of people. She only really trusts my husband and I. I don't know what that's about. But yeah. And then Goose loves everybody. He's like letting everybody pet him at the vet office, and he'd probably go home with just about anybody. So, I don't know. I just got wax on there again. Or not wax, but putty. So. Alrighty. I'm going to stop here because I am on my lunch break and I don't want to be late back to work. I need to do sparklegrams, so I'm going to, when I get off of work, I will do that portion and I will edit that clip in here. But it feels good to be back on here doing some videos, and I want to do more content. So my plan is to make sure that happens. Because I do miss you guys. I miss YouTube, and I miss doing my videos. So, alrighty. Okay, we are back. And we are going to go ahead and draw for sparklegrams. So if you don't know what a sparklegram is, basically it's friend mail that I send out on a kind of random basis. Basically what you do is, if you want to sign up for friend mail, you can. There's a Google form down below. You click on the link, go to the Google form, fill it out. If you've already filled it out once, you don't have to do it again. It's just a one-time thing. And then each WIP and Chat, I will pick a code word that you're going to use down in the comments below. And then each week I use a random comment picker to pick a person who's going to get a sparklegram. And then I send that person a random handmade item. It's just a little way for me to say thank you for all of the support and love that you all show me all the time. I appreciate every single person that watches, comments, likes, subscribes, tells their friends about my channel, all of that stuff. It is incredible. You all do so much for me. It is, I can't even really put into words how much you all do for me. So, yes, so that's sparklegrams. So last time, back on the 3rd, we did the word summer. So anybody who wanted to be possibly selected for sparklegrams would have used the word summer in their comment. So we are going to grab the link for this video, and then we're going to go to Chrome, if I can find it. We're gonna go, ooh. Good Lord, what is happening? Okay, we're going to go to Chrome. We're going to go to our random comment picker. We are going to put the YouTube link in here. And then we will randomly, we're actually going to pick 2 comments because I missed last week. And so when I miss a week, I pick 2 people to make up for the week that I missed. So we're going to do that. We can't filter. Okay. Oops. Solve our little math problem here. Get YouTube comments. We had 32. That's a lot. Thank you, everybody who commented. I'm hoping that you can see okay. We're going to hit start on the picker. And Leslie is the first sparklegram person. And her comment said, I got my first Distracted by Diamonds kit this week, the restock of Gray Pride Kitty by Puffy Gator. Oh, that one is so cute. We actually looked at that one a couple weeks ago in my live stream and it was really cute. Okay, she says, I've been waiting for that one to come back, and when I heard about your event, so now I have choices to make. What a great way to kick off the summer months. Yes. So, as I was saying before in the WIP and Chat, we're doing the Pride event in June. So definitely, Leslie, I agree that Gray Pride Kitty by Puffy Gator is a perfect painting to do for Pride. There's so many choices that you could do for that event, but definitely that painting in particular would be great for the event. So yay! So Leslie will be getting a sparklegram. Let's go ahead and pick one more person. Okay, and go. Becca! Becca says, I just love summer. I agree, Becca. So Becca is our next sparklegram person. So she will also be getting a sparklegram from me. So, all right. Excellent. Thank you so much to everybody that comments on my videos. I really do appreciate it. So I will be sending those out. And now we have to pick a new word. So if you want to be considered for next week's sparklegram, leave a comment down below, and let's do this. Let's use the word, I guess it's not really a word. Let's use the acronym WIP, W-I-P, stands for work in progress, but just use the abbreviation form, W-I-P. Tell me what WIP you're working on, what WIP you want to work on, you're planning to work on, what you're kitting up maybe. Just use WIP in your comment in some form. Let me know what you got going on. We'll do the same thing next week. We will draw a sparklegram. Make sure that you have filled out the Google form. That just helps me to be able to know where to send the sparklegram if your name is drawn. All of that information is kept private, not shared with anybody else or anything like that. It's just so that I can send you the little present if your name is drawn. So, alrighty. Well, that being said, I do want to say thank you for watching the video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!